can see you loud and
Perfect.
live.
Hi.
It's good to see you. It's good to
What's that?
see you. I say it's good to
Nice.
see you.
I trust everyone as well.
Yes, yes, everyone is well on your side.
We thank God.
Yeah. So we are waiting for our other guest.
No problem. Patient.
Yes. We're waiting for our other guest. And I'm trying to see how we can share this on the social media networks.
Share it
That's
everywhere.
that's what I'm trying to do now.
I just posted the same video to a couple different places, so let's see
Oh,
who shows up.
oh, okay, okay, good. Your Instagram handle should be buzzing by now.
I hope so.
It should be
I
buzzing.
hope so. So, is it interactive? Can I see other people, or am I only able to see you as the host?
Yes. Other
Oh,
people are. Somebody's just
okay.
joining now. Something Dada. I have
Oh,
Pariola, Yodeji. I have Victor Damilari, and more people are still trying to connect.
okay.
Well, it's a function of their network in their various
Very good.
locations. So,
2020.
what did you say?
Joining live.
Oh, how is work? How is everything?
To God be the glory. It's good. Everything is going fine. I'm at work now. Um, so I'm just taking a small break to join you here.
Oh, good, good. And how's the
Coupled with
pandemic? Oh gosh, I know.
everybody should be wearing a mask.
Yes,
Everything.
yes. And
Yes.
how's the pandemic over there?
Unfortunately, we have unspeakable numbers of deaths,
God.
and it amazes me to think of how many people did not walk into 2021 with us.
Hmm.
Uh, I've lost several good friends there in Nigeria from COVID-19, as well as here in the United States. So anyone who is still believing that it is not real or doesn't exist in Nigeria, please follow the protocol.
Hmm.
Follow the protocol. It's not just people who are old or people who are sick that are dying. People without medical conditions are catching new variants and strains and becoming ill. So please, working in the medical field gives me firsthand knowledge
Mm-hmm.
that all too well people die quickly.
Hmm. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here too. Just that it's a function of testing. That's how much um, those who have actually contacted the disease.
hmm
So the more you do the test, the more you
I
know. Yes.
think for the very first time, I will applaud Buhari
Mm-hmm.
for his, for him taking a leadership role concerning mask wearing
Mm-hmm.
and the potential for people to actually be jailed who don't follow it.
Mm.
Because if our president at the time had done the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we would have lost more than 300,000 lives this year. And
Wow.
so this is the first time during Buhari's presidency that I will applaud him for doing
Wow.
something admirable.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's really sad. Really, really sad when you see people
Indeed.
that are just gasping for breath and all of a sudden they are gone. It's really sad to see it. So
Indeed.
I'm trying to go live on YouTube from here. That's what I'm trying to do from here. Trying to go live.
You might benefit from going live on Facebook.
Hmm. Okay. Maybe I can do that from here. Still waiting for, okay, I'm admitting some other guests, some other participants here right now. I'm still here. So let me, the internet connection went off for a while. So still waiting for others to join.
Are you recording this?
Yes, yes. It's on record. I'm actually recording this.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would like to try and get started with what we can, due to the fact that I am at work and I need to get back to work. So if you're recording, then perhaps those who join us late could follow the recording after.
Yes, yes. We could do that. Just a minute, and let me just connect it to Facebook. And,
Okay.
Okay, we have the former chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers here, just to recognize his presence. Engineer Akintayo Akintola is live also with us here, just to recognize his presence. Engineer Akintola, you're welcome.
I'm sure he wants to know what I gotta say. Maybe I'm gonna say some good stuff.
Yes.
I'm gonna say some good stuff. He'll be like,
Okay.
hey, where's that lady? Tell her to come down to Nigeria.
Okay, I'm admitting more people now so that we can begin in earnest.
Thank you.
Yes, so just a minute. Okay, I'm going live on Facebook now. Okay, so we have something that our former chairman, Engineer Akintola,
All right, are we ready?
Yes, we are ready. So my name is Bamidele Idris, Engineer Bamidele Idris, and it is a pleasure to have you all on this session. And this session promises to be interactive, short, precise, and interactive. And the topic of today is get busy while you're waiting for your dream job. And we have Nikki Spooner joining us all the way from USA here. She's at work, but she has spared her time to be with us here while she's on break, and I know she'll soon want to go back to work. So not to waste so much time, Nikki Spooner, welcome to the session.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah.
The last time I was standing up there discussing, this will be the next time I've seen your face. So I'm happy to be a part of the program today. Yeah, looking forward to it.
So you have the full floor.
So if you'll do me the favor, if anybody posts Thank you. If any of the participants post something in the comment department, please feel free to send it to me so that I can also see what people are saying
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
So everyone, again, as you were
You're muted. You're muted. Nikki, you're muted. Oh,
okay, I'm sorry, I've seen it now.
Yes.
Hi. Let's try. Okay, so I'm Nikki Spooner, and today our topic is discussing how to get busy while waiting on your dream job. Now, I personally have a lot to say on this topic. I've done some other seminars where I've discussed with women who may be without a husband any longer. Maybe the husband is left or deceased, who have children, and this is just as important. So let's jump right in. If everyone listening could find a piece of paper and a pen, you can find a piece of paper and a pen, that would be very helpful for one of the exercises we're going to be doing very soon. So please, everybody listening, find a piece of paper and a pen. All right. Can we hear that?
Yeah.
Piece of paper and a pen. Now that'll be coming up soon. So let's move right on to the first part of it. The first part of this is going to be how to get busy while you wait. Okay. So we're leaving out the dream job part, and I'll get back to that first. The first question, or the first statement, is going to be how to get busy while you wait. Number one, and I'll tell you why this is important. You need to volunteer your time. Okay. Volunteering your time in either orphanages or churches or, in your local neighborhood with elderly people or people who may be in need of a little more assistance. Volunteer your time. Now, let me tell you why that's important. Anytime you do volunteer work, all right, it shows compassion. This always looks fantastic on resumes. It looks fantastic on resumes locally. It looks fantastic on resumes internationally. If you've been somebody who volunteers, you can get letters of recommendation. Okay. Anytime you get letters of recommendation, they hold well with your CV. So these are probably one of the best ways to get busy while you're waiting on a job or your dream job, as we'll get back to. The second part of this is going to be getting creative. Now, the question I want to ask all of you is there a new skill that you always wanted to learn, but you never had any time to learn it? That's the first question I'm going to ask you. Is there any new skill that you always wanted to learn, but you never had time to learn it? If there is, this is good. This is good. Now I want to remind everybody once again, please get a piece of paper and something to write with. It's coming up next. So a skill that you always wanted to learn, you never had time to do, like jewelry making or hair. Maybe you're somebody who likes to do hair and you've just never had time to develop the skill for it. Makeup, applying makeup artistry, whether it's film makeup or whether it's personal. Sewing, if you ever wanted to be a tailor or make clothes for your family, or maybe you do make clothes for your family but never perfected the art. Interior design or decorating, to get involved with events and programs and things like that. Skincare, maybe a cooking class, maybe website development or design. If you're one of those people who has seen the skills out there and always wanted to do or learn those skills, and you never really had the time to do it, when you're searching for your dream job, now is the time. Now is the time to get creative. Now is the time to start honing in on your gifts and talents, so that You could take a certificate course that's related to those talents, or
Hello, Nikki. I can't hear you again.
to come to you, then you're not making good use of your time. Okay. Keep on applying. Keep on applying. Keep on applying. Like I said, there is no set limit to the amount of jobs you can apply to. And there are many different types of jobs for what your dream job entails. I'm very sure of it. Um, Number 4 on how to get busy while you wait, because where we're starting. Okay. Number 4, I want you to seek out content and referrals. Okay. Seek out different contacts and referrals. What I mean by that is join social media groups. Okay. Get to know the different members on the groups. When they introduce members, they contacts. Save their names, save their job descriptions and what they do, because you never know when it will become useful for you. And then also remind yourself that you need to save where you met them or what group you met them in. Because when you message people, they're going to ask you the question, where do I know you from? Or do you know me? How do you know my name? Who are you? So you need to be prepared to answer those questions, and keeping a memory of that or a note of that in your contact list is probably a good idea. Um, Talk to your parents. Ask them, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know that could possibly potentially benefit my career goals, my career choice? Who do you know? And then talk to religious establishments, whether you be Muslim or Christian or, whatever faith, you have. Talk to your religious establishments. Find out who they know. Find out what your members do. Or do they do for work? How could they be of service? Do they have recommendations or contacts and referrals? And yes, this takes a long time. It's not an easy process, but you're talking about obtaining your dream job in the future. You're not talking about, just some little job you need to pick up for now. You're talking about obtaining your dream job. You need to seek out contacts. You need to seek out referrals from people, which again brings me back to my first point on volunteering your time. Super important to get those recommendation letters, the referrals that you need so that people can get in contact with you and you can get in contact with them for what you're looking forward to. Now, in those groups that you're signing up for, once a week, I would say, because you don't want to overdo it. Once a week, send out a post that you're a qualified individual seeking employment. Tell them what you're looking to do. Um, you know, every time you meet new contacts and you get new referrals, those increase your chances. The more groups you join, the better your chances are of meeting your next boss. So that's where I'm going with this, making sure you seek out your contacts and get referrals, because you never know who's right in your community or who your parents know or who your church organizations know or what groups you'll join that somebody would be able to benefit you or you would be able to benefit them, irrespectively. So that's the first part of this, which is how to get busy while you wait. Now, hopefully everybody's got their piece of paper ready. Everyone's got a piece of paper ready, and I'm going to show you what I want you to do with the paper. So if you don't have paper ready, now's the time to go and get that, and I'll give you a minute to do that. And also, if anybody has any questions for me on the first part of this, please feel free to unmute your microphone and ask me the question that you may have based on the first part of what I had to say, which was how to get busy while you wait. Anybody have any questions based on the first part of what I had to say? In the meantime, everybody else, please get a piece of paper and something to write with for the second part of this. Idris, can you hear me? Is everything good?
Yes, so I'm asking everybody to unmute now
Okay.
so they can ask questions.
Yeah. Any questions based on the first part? I have a whole bunch to get through, so we won't spend too much time on it. But if you have any questions on what I've said already, I'm ready to answer those.
Okay. Victor Damilare. You want to say something?
No, not yet, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Then I'll assume that everyone has their paper and is ready to go to second part. So let's move on. If you're ready to go to the second part, then here's what you're going to do. On your piece of paper, okay? On your piece of paper, we're going to write 4 columns, 4 boxes. Make 4 boxes on your piece of paper. If you have your piece of paper ready, make 4 boxes on your piece of paper. Mine is colorful. Don't don't have to follow the color part, but just, you know, if you have your paper ready, 4 boxes, and then we'll get started on what I want you to write on the first box. The topic of this one is going to be, what are you waiting for? Okay. What are you waiting for? So you can write that at the very top of the paper. What are you waiting for? In the first box on the left side, you're going to write dream job. You're going to write dream job. In the box directly to the right of that box, you're going to write education and talents. Everybody with me? Education and talents. In the third box, underneath dream job, I want you to write what is needed to obtain my dream job. What is needed to obtain my dream job? That's what I want you to write in the third box. In the final box, I want you to write, what can I do while I wait? What can I do while I wait? I'll go over those just one more time. At the top of the paper, I want you to write, what are you waiting for? Then in the first box, you're going to write dream job. The second box, education and talent. The third box, what is needed to obtain my dream job? And finally, what can I do while I wait? All right, good. Now, the question is, what are we waiting for? Everybody is going to have a different answer. And the reason we're going to have a different answer is because we're all different people, okay? So in the first box, it says dream job. Your dream job. Whatever your dream job is, whatever that dream you're hoping for, write it down. Write it down. Your dream job. Whatever your dream job is, write it down. And then, Idris, I have a quote I want you to post on Facebook. Are you ready? Quote Nikki Spooner on this one. Creating the desires for your passions allows you to put passion into your desires. This is a quote from Nikki Spooner. Creating the desires for your passion allows you to put passion into your desires. Hopefully everybody has written down your dream job. A direct quote, creating the desire for your passion allows you to put passion into your desire. Now, the reason I say that is because if you don't create the desire for what it is you have a dream job to do, then I cannot imagine that you're going to put in the passion it takes to do that dream job. You have to want something bad enough to call it a dream. A dream is a desire. What do you want? What are you dreaming about? You know what I mean? So the dream job, if everybody wrote it all down, that's fantastic. Now let's move on to the second one, education and talents. Everyone list down the education you currently have. Whatever you currently have for education, write it down. Currently have for education, write it down. Whatever education level you're at, write it down in the second box for education and talents. And leave space because we're going to list. Just list off your education right now. Whatever education you currently have listed.
Was home on your left. You're right. Your cat was home on your left. You're right. Your dog was home on your left. You're right. Your mama, your brother, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your cat.
That was definitely not me. Idris, your microphone is on mute.
I've muted the person.
Okay. It didn't really go with my topic. Sorry, whoever that was. All right. After you've written down your education, now I want you to make a circle in that same box where you did education. Make a circle. Next to where you put education, make a circle in that box. After you made a circle in that box, I want you to put one talent unrelated to your dream job in that box. In that circle. Sorry, not the box. Apologize. In the circle. One talent you have unrelated to your dream job. I want you to put it in that circle. Anything. It could be anything at all. If you have the talent to sing with water in your mouth, write it down. Whatever you have a talent to do, put it in that circle next to education. All right, are we good? Is everybody on the same page with me? We're good?
Yes, from here.
All righty. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this one is going to be a little bit tougher. What is needed to obtain my dream job? Go back up and look at your dream job, the one you wrote down on the paper. Go back up and look at it. And go back down. What is needed to obtain your dream job? Some people may need certificates, right? You need certificates. You need additional training. You may need a college education, right? You may need to meet the right people. What is it that you need to obtain your dream job? You may need a supportive wife, right? You may need a supportive husband. You may need childcare. Tell me what you need to obtain your dream job. Now we're about to tie it all together with the last one. So write whatever you feel comfortable writing. What is it you need to obtain your dream job? And you don't just have to write one. You can write a few if you need a few. You know, you're not stuck on just one. But remember, the topic is, right, how to get busy while you're waiting on your dream job. So I need to know what it is that you need to obtain your dream job. All righty. We ready to move on? Last on this page is, what can I do while I wait? Now, you go back. Is somebody trying to ask a question?
It was just an interruption.
Okay. All right. Sorry. So the last box, what can I do while I wait? In this box, I don't want you to put anything. don't put anything in this box. Okay. We're going to come back to that box later. So just so I'm clear, does everybody have the paper that's written on? You got your dream jobs written, you have your education and talents, and you have what you need to obtain your dream job. Set that paper aside for a minute. We'll come back to that paper. We'll come back to that paper. All right. Great. Great. Is there any questions on that part before I move on? We are coming back to it. We're not finished with that paper. Are there any questions on that part right now? If there are any questions, please feel free to unmute your microphone and ask the question. All righty, then I guess we'll move on. All right. Now, next part of this. What do you need while you're waiting? Okay. What do you need while you're waiting? All right. So here's the thing. Job hunting is very hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. Whether you finished your degree and you're looking for that perfect internship or finding the ideal position can take even longer than you expected. Much longer than you expect. Thinking that you're a graduate and it'd be easy to find a job when you get out has been proven that it's just not like that. It's not like that there in Africa, and it's not like that here in America. You know, a lot of people who freshly get out of school don't have jobs to get into and are waiting on lists and are applying multiple times. But I want you to know that even if you think you have the skills, okay, even if you are experienced or you have the experience that they're requiring, you might still be met with rejection. That's always the hardest part to learn and understand, because you have your hopes set high, looking on to that dream job that you're looking for, and you're not expecting rejection. But here I am here telling you today, expect rejection. Expect rejection. And if you start expecting rejection, because it's definitely going to happen during the application process, then you won't be set back when you're rejected. Okay. Yes, you want to have hope and faith, and you want to pray and make sure that I'm going to get this job. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to get this job. But what do you need to do while you're waiting? Right? First, I think many of us, and resort back to that last paper where we had our talents in a circle, right? Your one talent that's in a circle, try your hand at a freelance job. Try your hand at a freelance job, okay? What that means is whether you're a compelling writer, maybe you write stories, maybe you write in a journal, maybe you write notes to yourself, or maybe you're just the type of person who can write a paragraph to explain the simplest thing, right? Or maybe you know the secrets on how to grow an Instagram account. You know what I mean? Maybe, just maybe, you can crunch numbers like no tomorrow. Numbers just da-da-da-da-da, they're all in your head, you're ready to go. maybe, right? You have the ability to do like different types of packaging. You know how to package things real well. You know how to show that type of sophistication needed for packaging. Everybody has a niche for something. That's why I said, no matter whatever your talent is, make sure you put it in that circle. And here's where it'll apply. When you're trying to do a freelance job, right? You got to understand that there are companies that are just starting up. There are companies that are growing, and they often need help. They often need help with different tasks. They need help with different projects. And no, it may not be the money maker you're looking for, right? But many of those companies will pay for assistance. They'll pay for your assistance on the little things that you know how to do that maybe they don't or could use. But you have to be able to market yourself for that. It's a freelance job. It's a freelance position. If you know how to paint walls, because, you know, your father had you painting the church, for instance, and you know how to paint walls, then look for jobs doing that. Go to churches, go to houses, go to people and be like, hey, I know how to do this. It's a freelance job, right? And if people are willing to pay you for that little gift or talent that you wrote in that box right there for any reason at all, then hey, I say jump on that. You're looking for what you need to do while you wait, right? Because you're applying for your dream job, right? You have to earn some money in between this job hunting thing. So you have to be vigilant. You have to go out and seek for it, because it's not gonna walk up to you. These jobs don't walk up to you. Yes, some people get them like, hey, I know this person, I know that person, but don't be afraid to go yourself. Like, hey, this is who I am. My community knows me. They know I do this. I'm interested. Would you like to see what I can do? Get out there and look for your freelance opportunities. That's what you could start doing while you're waiting, okay? It also gives you a chance to explore your talent. What you're good at. How do you become better at it? And we'll get to that either. But you just need to be able to prove your capability, right? So don't be afraid to ask for letters of recommendation. If you do jobs, if people have good things to say about you, get the letters of recommendation. You can have something as simple as this small note that says, hey, I'm so-and-so, and this person has done a job for me. What a great job. To having an internet presence. You could be on social media. You post the job that you did and have those people go to the website and comment on the job you did, how professional it was, you know, how easily you did it, because word of mouth is your best advertisement. Best advertisement for yourself, word of mouth. Okay, so if your friends say you're good at something, your friends are going to tell their friends, and their friends are going to tell their friends, and word of mouth is your best advertising tool for yourself. The more people who know about you and know you're good at something, the better chances you have to be offered the dream job of your choice. Okay, now we're on that part. I don't want you to spend all of your time applying to jobs. Okay. Yes, I said apply, and I'm not changing that. But I don't want you to spend all of your night and day applying to jobs, okay? I do recommend that you keep an eye on the job boards. Many of you have already become members for the getjobs.ng. Keep an eye on these job boards. If you're constantly checking them, if you're constantly coming up and checking new prospects that show up every day, you might find a job that you thought, okay, well, let me get started on this job while I'm waiting on my dream job, and then find out that this is exactly what you've always wanted to do. So please be checking the job boards. Keep an eye on what's going on there. I have been blessed to come to Nigeria there and speak at one of these job fairs. It was exciting. It was interesting, and I enjoy doing it. So please, please, please keep coming back and checking in. Now, go back to your paper, everyone. Back to the paper. We're going to fill out the last part now. What can I do while I'm waiting? Okay. I want you to fill out the last part now. With what we just talked about, with the freelance job and everything, you circled your talents up here in the top box. Now you're going to get down to the bottom. What can I do while I'm waiting? While you're waiting, what can you do? Write a few things in there that you think you can do while you're waiting on your dream job. A few different things you think you can do while you're waiting on your dream job. A few different things you can do while you're waiting on your dream job. What can I do while I wait? Very good. What can I do while I wait? All right, good. So now that this paper is complete, This paper is going to be your outline for finding your dream job. It's going to be your outline for finding what you're going to do while you wait for that dream job. Everything in this paper applies to what you need to do. You need to do to get the job you're looking for, what you need to do while you're waiting for that job you're looking for, what you're waiting for, right? What education you already have and what you need to do to get that dream job. So please save that piece of paper, revert back to it while you're looking for your job. And this is how you're going to find out what you need to do. But here's what I have to tell you next, okay? I need to ask everyone here, are your dream job goals realistic? Did you write on there that you want to be a millionaire? Did you write on there that you want to be, a part of the famous football teams? And did you write on there a job that's realistic? Let's get to that point, because yes, you are looking for a dream job, but your dream job should be realistic, something within your grasp, okay? So before I move on to this, are your goals realistic? Is there anything or any questions anybody has about your chart? Any questions about your chart? Any questions about freelancing your jobs?
Okay, I just unmuted everybody. So probably people that have questions. Priceless Jesse. Priceless Jesse.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Priceless Jesse?
Yes, I can.
Okay, do you want to ask a question?
No.
Oh, yes. Do you want to have a question? Do you have a question?
No, not yet.
Okay, how about Muyiwa Bolari? I see that you've unmuted now.
No, sir. I don't have a question for now, sir.
Okay. So, who else has a question before Nikki goes ahead?
Okay.
Olufemi Taiwo. Engineer Olufemi, I think your mic.
Just say this at this point. It's not a question per se, but just he said at that last point. Oh. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. So what I was going to say is just touching back on the last thing Nikki said on our dream jobs being realistic. So the first thing I wrote down here was being a CEO. And then I knew that was off the mark exactly. So I came back down to being a business manager. And then I was like, is this really what I want? And then I came back down again. I said, no, it's growing a business to hopefully get to the six figure range and all that. But the real thing is I want to grow a business and maybe I'll become a CEO.
Nick, can you hear?
Yes, maybe I'll be a business manager of a business, but I think it's more progressive that way than just shooting for something that, I need a lot more infrastructure in place before I can get to achieve. So just to share that.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Let me also say that this next part applies to you. So Taiwo Olufemi, please, the next part of this seminar definitely applies to you, and you're not alone. You're not alone. There are many people who do the same thing. And that's why I asked everyone to get this piece of paper out. Okay? Because your dream job, right, may be unrealistic, but it may be obtainable. So in order to figure out what's obtainable and what's unrealistic, we need to break it down in a chart. You need to see it. Seeing is believing. You need to know what talents and education do you have to obtain your dream job? What do you need to do at this point? What can you be doing? So that's why this chart is important, Taiwo. So let's move on to the next part, because this next part specifically applies to what you're talking about, as well as many other people who might be listening in on today. Idris, hopefully I can get you to write another quote on Facebook. Are we ready?
I am ready.
Here's what I want you to write. Visualize your desired outcome so you can begin to see the possibility of achieving it. Visualize your desired outcome so that you can begin to see the possibility of achieving it. Second quote by Nikki Spooner today.
Just hold on. Visualize your desired outcome so you can begin to see
The possibility of achieving it.
so that you can begin to see the path.
The possibility of achieving it.
Possibility of achieving it.
Yes. Here we go. All righty. Now, are your goals realistic? Are your goals realistic? Let's talk about how you can set ambitious career goals that you can realistically accomplish. Okay? Let's talk about how you can set ambitious career goals you can realistically accomplish. Number one, you need clarity. Okay? Studies show you're more likely to succeed your career goals when they are specific. Okay? Taiwo was saying to himself that he wanted to be a CEO. Then he wanted to be a manager. Then he wanted to own a business. Because when you're looking at realistic goals, you have to have milestones. You have to know what's realistic for now, what's realistic in your future. Obtainable goals are important. So we're going to talk about how to set ambitious career goals that you can realistically accomplish. Now, first is you need clarity, right? So not only do the studies show that you succeed when your career goals are specific, but creating a vision for your ideal self in career is going to be important. Creating a vision for your ideal self and your career, we're talking about this dream job, right, is going to be important. It's the clarity you need when you're trying to learn how to wait. Okay? We're going to ask ourselves these 5 questions. Now, remember, we're talking about your dream job. Imagine you're in this dream job of yours, okay? First question you're going to ask yourself, what's your job look like? What does your dream job look like? Second question, what kind of skills and responsibilities do you hold in this dream job? Third question, who is your employer and what is your job like? Imagine yourself in this position now, right? The fourth question, what are you really good at? That goes back to the talents we talked about. It goes back to the talents we talked about. What are you really, really good at? And the last question I want you to ask yourself is, what kind of team do you work with? You're imagining yourself in this position. What kind of team do you work with? What kind of support team do you work with? Now, this is all to create a vision for your ideal self, right? And your career and what you've chosen to do. So number one, what is your job like? Number two, what kind of skills and responsibilities do you have in that job? Number three, who's your employer and what is your job actually like? Number four, what are you really good at? And number five, what kind of team do you work with? When you start to visualize these questions for your dream job, then you can start to understand that the job that you're choosing, is it for you? Is it really a dream? Is it really what you want to do for the rest of your life? You're applying to a job that you claim is your dream job. Have you asked yourself these questions? Because remember what I said, studies show you're more likely to succeed at your dream job when your career goals are specific. How do you know that applying for that job is going to have a job that you actually like or people that you actually enjoy working with? How do you know that the kind of skills you have are going to be valuable to this job, that you now become an asset to the company? Your dream job should have you asking questions like this before you decide. The second part of this, that, setting an ambitious career goal, the second part of this is that you must be committed. You have to be committed. You get committed only when you're convinced that a goal is important to you and that it's obtainable. Now, remember what I asked you. Are your goals realistic? Is your goal obtainable? Is your dream job obtainable? So while you're waiting for your dream job, how do you make it obtainable? You know what I mean? That's the question we're asking ourselves. So if you believe your goal is important enough, then you're definitely going to make sure that it's obtainable. So be committed. Be committed to what you're doing. So now we have whether or not this is an obtainable goal, right? And if you stand a much higher chance of succeeding because your goal is obtainable, then your goal is realistic. You have to check yourself. You have to check what you're saying. You can't just run off to your parents and be like, hey, this is the job I want to be doing for the rest of my life. Because if I was your mother, I'd be like, why? What exactly is this job that makes you feel like I need to be doing this for the rest of my life? Why? What skills do you have that makes you feel like you'd be an asset to that team? Okay. Now, I've heard many people saying, I hate my job. How many people have you guys heard say, I hate my job? I hate my job. I need to make a change. But those same people make zero action to change anything, right? They would give you 100 reasons why they can't leave that job, or they don't want to change it right now, or, they have bills and this and that and the other thing. But what I would say, if you ask me, is that they're not committed to the goal. They're not committed. You got a job because maybe you needed money. You got a job because maybe your parents forced you to. You got a job because somebody offered it to you and it wasn't what you wanted to do. But the way I'm looking at it, why complain if you're not going to do anything about it? And if it's not what you want to do, it's not what you desire to do, then you will never be happy. Is a sense of peace that comes with somebody who walks into a job that they dream to have. There's a sense of peace. There's a sense of peace that walks into that. And so with that, all I'm saying is that, is your goal realistic? So before I move on, are there any questions to that part? Remember what I said. You could set ambitious career goals that you can realistically accomplish by clarity, having clarity, and being committed. Are there any questions? Remember, visualize your desired outcome so that you can begin to see the possibilities of achieving it. Visualize it, put it in your mind, the 5 questions. Visualize it, put it in your mind. Is this what you actually want to be doing? Is your career goal realistic? Any questions?
Muyiwa Bolari, I see that you've unmuted. You have any question?
Oh, that was a mistake. It's a mistake, sir.
Okay, it's all right. Any other person?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Moyowa, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, great. Let me ask you a question. How do you think you can set an ambitious career goal that you can realistically accomplish? What do you think you can do for yourself that helps you set an ambitious career goal?
Now, for me, what I think I can do is actually analyze my SWOT. Now, firstly, I need to understand who am I. So, in understanding who am I need to analyze my strengths, my weaknesses, my threats, and also things I can actually achieve. So, by the time I know what my strengths are, then I'm able to like set my own personal goals. So that the first thing is understanding who you are, because in setting goals and planning yourself, you need to know how strong you can actually. Because if you, just like you said initially, somebody is setting an ambition of being a millionaire. Setting oh, sorry for the pause. I think I had to mute someone. So in setting your ambition of being a millionaire, now you don't have any business you're doing, you don't have any skill. So how do you plan on being a millionaire when you don't want to go steal, or you don't want to go break a bank? So so you need to know your strengths. Now, if you look at examples of the richest men in the world, you have the Elon Musk, the Bill Gates. They have actually done their own SWOT analysis. No, they've known their strengths. It takes someone that is mentally strong to drop out of Harvard. It takes someone mentally strong to drop all your life savings into a business and start living in your office. I'm talking about Elon Musk. It takes someone that is mentally strong. If you're not mentally strong, you cannot take those bold decisions. So people that have taken bold decisions are people that have actually attained their ambition. So that's the angle I see it from.
I feel like you must have read my notes because we're going to move on to that part of it right now, only because what you're saying is absolutely true. Ambitions in your dream job is ridiculously important. If you don't have the drive, there's no way you're going to achieve it. You have to have that. So the next part of this is actually about, did you choose your dream job? Did you choose this job? Did you choose it, or did your parents choose it for you? Good evening, Samson. How are you? Did you choose this job, or did your grandparents choose it? Did you choose this job, or did life choose it for you? That's the next question we're going to ask ourselves, because many people have gone to school based on your parents' dreams for you. Many people, how many of you now are working or went to school somewhere because your mom and dad already are in that field? Your parents are a doctor, so you have to be a doctor. Your parents are lawyers, so you feel obligated to be a lawyer. You know what I mean? So how many of you are choosing a dream job because it's your dream? And how many of you are choosing a dream job because it's somebody else's dream for you? That's going to be super important in choosing your job, because if you're doing a job because somebody else is doing it, or because it's a steady paycheck, you need to ask yourself some other questions. You need to ask yourself when you have somebody else's dream job, right? Then you consistently feel stressed. You consistently feel anxiety. You consistently always feel like you have to do more to impress, causing you to become an overachiever. Now, some people will be like, an overachiever is good. That means they're going to get everything done. But let me be on the contrary to that. Being an overachiever means that you're more likely to suffer from self-doubt or anxiety. Those two can be actual medical conditions, right? Self-doubt can cause depression. Anxiety is a field all by itself, okay? Now, the stress of consistently striving to reach an almost impossible goal, whether you're working or whether you're striving to get to the job you're looking for, coupled with the present fear of failure, can definitely be a major source of depression and stress. So you need to look at this carefully. You need to decide whether or not you chose your dream job or somebody else chose it for you, making sure you measure up to what your dream job consists of. Now, today, the last part I want to get to you on before I have to go is I want you to spend a little time thinking about interviews, okay? Thinking about interviews, because you're going to be applying for jobs, right? You're going to be applying for a lot of jobs and getting things ready while you're waiting for the dream job, okay? Now, first, you got to keep your dressing smart. Keep it formal. Dress how you want to be addressed. That's how I see it. If you're looking for a job, dress how you want to be addressed. Many people would be like, oh, why can't I be myself? Because you can't. You can't. You dress how you want to be addressed. That's just how life is. It's how life works. Next thing I want you to do is walk with a hard copy of your CV at all times. Opportunity presents itself everywhere. You could be on the bus over here, a businessman that's looking for an employee. Here you are. Hi, here's my CV. I'm right here in front of you. I'm qualified. Here it is. Always have a CV on your person, especially if you're job hunting. There isn't any reason in the world you shouldn't have a CV on you. You're going for an interview, bring a hard copy of your CV, even if you have it in your email. Then let's move on to the second part. Always have the email version of your CV on the spot and ready, easy access. Not, oh, I have it somewhere, it's in my email. No, attach it to your wall. Attach it. You can easily take it and hand it at a moment's notice. Okay? No excuses. Be ready. Thirdly, I want you to take advantage of the opportunity to network. Remember what I said before. Always, always look for groups to join. Always look for opportunities to join. Take advantage of the networking. Remember, word of mouth is your best advertiser. If you're not spreading the word, don't expect it to jump at you. If denied, always ask whether or not they know somebody else looking for an employee. Look determined. Call and ask about your resume. Don't be amongst the group of 200 sitting on a desk waiting to be talked to. Stand out. Cause yourself to stand out and be free at all times for them to contact you. Don't be looking at numbers like, I don't know that number. I'm not going to answer it. Yes, you are, because you don't know who's calling you. And if somebody's calling you don't want to hear from, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm waiting on an important phone call. Hang up. You're not obligated. Make sure you're available. Make sure you're checking your email. Don't go back once a week, because that one day that you missed out, what is one day you missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Check your emails. Check the job board. Check it. The next job that applies to you applies to the first person who checked it. Check the job boards. Follow up. Okay. Now, the fourth thing I want to talk about is maintaining strong and confident body language. Don't slide into a chair that was provided for you to sit on during an interview. Do not slide into the chair. Pull the chair out, sit down properly. Do not slide into a chair that was given to you to sit in an interview. Okay. Please, I've seen it done. It's not working. Don't do it. Next, direct eye contact. Do not be looking around the room, folks. What are you looking for? The person who's going to give you the job is in front of you. Look at them. Direct eye contact shows confidence. It shows your ability to pay attention. Okay? Smile, but don't flirt. Do not flirt with a person trying to give you a job. Whether you're a male, whether you're a female, smile, do not flirt. There's a huge difference. Your eyes do all talking. Smile, do not flirt. And last but not least, smell good. Deodorant, fresh breath, perfume. Do not go to an interview stinking. Even if you swear you don't need deodorant, you need it. Please make sure you go to an interview smelling good. Trust me, people have lost jobs for less. Okay? Now, there are different types of interviews, and I'll use this to wrap up with your traditional interview, which is your face-to-face interview, right? Your telephone interview, which is a scheduled interview appointment. Do not miss it. Do not be late. Do not be late. The first time I met with Ghani Adams, do you know what he told me? He told me that he valued me because I valued his time. Do not be late. Value other people's time. Do not operate on African time. Even if they do, you be on time because it's your obligation. Now, Zoom interviews, right? Make sure you have a strong battery. Make sure you have internet and dress for success. Do not come to the computer with your pajamas on. Please get dressed, look the part. Now, apprentice interviews. Apprentice interviews, they want to see what you can do while you're there. So they're going to put you under pressure right there. They're going to put you under situations that you may not be able to control and see what you can do to get out of them. That's an apprentice interview. It happens. They want to see what you're qualified to do. They don't care what you can say. They're not impressed by listening to your skills. They want to see it. And last but not least, I want to talk about group interviews. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this one because more often than not, I'm seeing companies that are doing group interviews, right? Now, this is an interview where the hiring company has a bunch of candidates at one time, okay? And if you're the shy type, which I know many people are, if you're the shy type, it can prove very tricky, okay? However, with preparation, you're going to ace it. But if you don't prepare to succeed, then you prepare to fail, okay? So one particular trait of group interviews is that it has a reputation of coming as a surprise. Nobody knows they're going to be in a group interview. They just get there and find out. The trick is to remain confident, answer the questions as they're thrown at you, and don't look surprised. Your face tells your story. Do not look surprised, look confident, okay? Don't look surprised, look confident. Now, basically, you're a case study where the interviewers are going to assess how you interact with other people, okay? So your level of inclination toward problem solving is what they're looking for, reasoning, confidence, and how you react to situations, which is why I said, don't let your face react for you. Surprise, it's a group interview. Oh, cool, great. So, get what I'm saying? Use confidence in what you're doing so that when it calls for the application of your skill set and experience, that is one of your skill sets, okay? You must not react surprised when you walk into the interview and discover that you're not having a one-on-one interview, but you're having a group interview instead, regardless of how surprised you are, regardless. So that is what I have for you today. Please, I want everyone to revert back to their chart one more time. Check out your goals, check out how to obtain your goals, make sure your goals are realistic, because if you don't have realistic goals, then you really don't have a mind to look for your dream job. So thank you so much, everyone, for having me today. I hope I've been able to help you get busy while you're waiting on your dream job.
Wow. Thank you super much. I have a question here.
Okay.
The question is, by one of our participants. He said, in my own case, I resigned from my work just yesterday because of a toxic work culture. Even though I really love what I was doing, but I couldn't cope with the environment, especially insulting my parents. But maybe it's because they are from another tribe, which I don't want to mention, another tribe from another part of the world, not in Africa. I worked as an account officer. I want to know if I made a mistake resigning, because so many people were telling me I shouldn't have resigned, I should have kept enduring.
Okay, well, let me applaud your effort. I'm applauding your effort. I think that you resigning from that job gives you control. It gives you control. And yes, you may be out of a job, and maybe people are looking at it from the money aspect and the fact that there aren't, so many millions of jobs available, but you gave yourself control. You put yourself back in control of what you want to do. You have the skills, you've worked in the field, so you have experience. Apply. Go and apply for other jobs who appreciate the gifts and talents that you have to offer. Every job you work at, there's always going to be somebody you don't like. There's always going to be something you don't endure. But I applaud your effort for leaving that toxic environment, because it wouldn't have gotten any better. It would have gotten worse. So continue to do you. I support that. Get creative. Do what you need to do in the meantime. Always, always, always look for opportunities to apply for another job. And I have faith in your ability to thrive. You're going to do fine.
So I'm actually trying to reach out to the person that sent me this message.
Okay.
The person should chat me for more opportunities. Because people like this that have taken a bold step to resign their jobs because of insults, personal insults, I think we deserve to support them. So the person should try and reach me on all my social media networks, and we'll work something out.
Definitely. I appreciate that effort as well.
Mm.
So I unfortunately need to get back to work. So
Yes.
please, if you have any, have them forwarded to me, and I'd be happy to answer them individually. Please don't feel free to give out my contact information, and I will do my best to answer any questions that need to be answered.
Okay. Thank you so
Thanks
much. We wish you all the best and keep safe. We know that it's really terrible out there. So bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Masks.
Yeah.
Mask. Everyone.
Face mask. Very important. Very, very important. All right. So we'll be closing
Hear
this
them,
session
please.
now. And if you have any more questions, you can actually send me a private chat. Muyiwa Abolani, you're raising up your hand. I'm going to share my mobile number on the main group. So you can actually reach me if you have any further questions. And I will pass it on to Nikki. So that's my phone number that I just shared on the group now. So thank you very much. It's 7:15 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll join you. We'll be willing to connect with all of you as soon as possible. Thank you so very much. Bye.